Today, I'm gonna make the most over-the-top gourmet grilled cheese, gooey, stretchy, and packed with flavor. We all grew up making grilled cheese, but nobody taught us how to make the adult version. So here's the big question. How do you get that long, perfect cheese pull? It all comes down to the balance of cheeses, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. When fall finally hits and the seasons start to change, all we really want is comfort, cozy meals, and gourmet grilled cheese is exactly that. I'm going to show you how to make gourmet grilled cheese, plus the science behind how to ratio your cheeses. So let's break down the 2-to-1 ratio and what exactly that means. Cheese is an emulsion of water and fat that creates a network of casein proteins. And as cheese ages, it dries out these casein proteins. So although aged cheese tastes amazing, it doesn't melt very well. So if you're trying to get that long gooey stretch for grilled cheese, you're not gonna achieve that with just aged cheese, especially if you want it to be gourmet grilled cheese. Let's break that down and see what that means. Because we're adding 2 aged cheeses, it dried out the casein protein. So we need to add a young cheese back into the mix so that way we can have a melted grilled cheese. So let's break down the math of what that looks like. If I was to have 2 ounces of Brie cheese, which is a young cheese, I need to balance it out with 2 ounces of Gruyère and 2 ounces of Sharp aged cheddar. So the 2 ounces, 2 ounces, 2 ounces, 2 to 1. And there you have it. Now, it doesn't have to be Gruyère cheese. It can also be Gouda cheese. Gouda is really good in grilled cheese. Yes, I know that's cheesy. Whatever. Another thing that steps up the grilled cheese game is to shred your cheese by yourself. You can buy pre-shredded cheese, but some of the brands have a film on the outside, making it really difficult to melt the cheese. I also think that shredding your own cheese really does elevate the flavor of whatever you're making. I'm a big fan of shredding my own cheese. Let's talk about wine. Adding wine to our grilled cheese really does kind of chef's kiss and amplify making this recipe truly gourmet, but there's also a science to the wine as well. Think of fondue. So wine has a tartaric acid, which kind of keeps the casein proteins from breaking down and drying out and oozing out. So the wine is really gonna help blend everything together, giving us a smoother texture for our long gooey stretch. I won't judge you if you drink yours because you only need 2 tablespoons. So what are you gonna do with the rest? I'm just kidding. You can also use vermouth as well. And if you have a kitchen scale, it's great for measuring out your cheese. Sometimes that's difficult if you blend it up together. So I like to put the bulk cheese on my scale. That's how I measure it out. But again, I do believe that this is measuring by the heart. I know some people don't like that and they want to know the exact ingredient levels and the exact things that I have done. So I'm going to follow the recipe in this video so that way you can see exactly how this turns out. But by all means, if you want to add more cheese, then please do. In fact, recommend it for sure. Add in our wine, 2 tablespoons. And then we're gonna add our cheese straight to the food processor, the chives. This is so good in this recipe. Put the lid on and blend it together. Here's what we're looking like so far. So as you can see, it's not like it's totally smooth or blended out, and that's okay because we want it to just melt evenly. So we're just trying to make sure everything is even. I can definitely smell that wine. I'm going to just set the cheese off to the side, and then we're going to prepare the outside of our grilled cheese. The measurements for the exterior is going to be 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard and 2 tablespoons of soft butter. And you're going to mix all of that together. I really think that the Dijon mustard ties nicely with the chives, the wine, and the 3 cheeses that I picked, so I'm really excited to enjoy this later with this. But this is what the mixture looks like, and then this is what my cheese mixture looks like. As you can see, it's not totally, the cheese isn't completely blended totally together. You can see how there's some larger chunks of cheese in there, and that's totally fine. There are some people who don't even cut up their cheese. They just put the cheese slices right on that bread, and that's totally fine. After you've assembled your cheese mixture and your bread mixture, now it's time to assemble your grilled cheese. I made sourdough bread yesterday, and so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. But if you don't have sourdough bread, it's totally fine. I just so happen to have this. If you have rye bread, any kind of bread, it works perfect. These things are the best. If you don't have one yet, you should definitely get one. Now we're gonna take our butter and Dijon and just smear it on the outside. Don't be shy, try to get it all the way to the edges. So you take the butter and you put it face down, and you're going to add in your cheese mixture. Now you can add your cheese mixture to both sides or just one. Next step for cooking is to heat up our skillet. We want to keep our skillet at a medium-low heat. The key is low and slow. We don't want to have our skillet too hot, otherwise you'll burn the outside of your grilled cheese before you can really truly cook the inside thoroughly. Normally I would suggest placing your grilled cheese on a wire rack so that way it doesn't get soggy, but I'm about to dig in and see how this turned out. Oh yeah, and listen to the sound of this grilled cheese. Perfection. Okay, now it's time to taste it and see how we did. As you can see, there's so much cheese just oozing out of the sides. It has melted perfectly. In fact, it oozed and it kind of gave me this cheese crust on the outside. So let's do a taste test and see how it all came out. This is so delicious. Thanks for watching this video. My name's Priscilla. This is King Your Kitchen. I hope you make the best grilled cheese of this season. Let me know how it turns out in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. So good. Wow. All right, that's a wrap.